Welcome back to the next video. In today's video I will show you how to display native ads in React Native's new architecture without using any third-party library, and these native ads will be displayed from Google Admob. So first I will show you the output. So this is the output for Android, and the bottom pop-up which you see, Admob native ad validator, that will be only displayed when you are in debug mode and testing with test ads. So it won't be, you won't see this in production, and this is necessary you display this in like this is getting displayed automatically from Google Admob itself. We don't have to do much code for it, and it is getting displayed automatically, and it is necessary because if there are any issues in your Admob while development, it is necessary that we know about this issue so we can rectify it. So for Android there are no issues, and here you can see I'm displaying, and you have to display an ad text at the top left corner. Then there is this image which I'm getting from the Google Admob itself, from our test ID. Then the middle thing which you see, it can be a video as well, but this test ID does not have a video, that's why it is displaying an image. There is this install button as well. Okay, so all these things. Similarly, the output is for iOS as well, but for iOS I'm constantly getting this issue of Admob native ad validator. I think the issue is from Admob itself, because I have followed everything whatever they have specified in the docs. I have also raised the issue on Stack Overflow. So if you know why I'm getting this issue, do let me know. Currently I have raised an bounty as well, but I think by the time you watch this video the bounty might expire. But anyways, if you know what I'm doing wrong, do let me know in the comments. But if you go and see over these C issues, I am already displaying a ad text at the top left corner, but if you see attribution missing, and if you click on see native ad checklist or click on learn more, whatever, it will redirect you to that. Okay, so if you see ad attribution missing, it tells you that okay, you want a label at the top left corner display saying ad, which I already have. Still it is throwing me an error, and I've also displaying that label by following the right constraints which has been specified in the documentation. And there is this top right corner icon as well, but that is displayed automatically by Admob in production, so we don't have to worry about it. But anyways, let's get started. So first of all, create a React Native project, and you have to enable the new architecture for it. So for Android, you can just search for new arc enabled, go to your project, search for new arc enabled, and inside gradle.properties you have to make this as true. And for iOS, you will have to cd to your iOS directory and then run this command. So this will enable the new architecture for iOS as well. Once that is done, we will be making use of Fabric native components, so I will be copying a lot of code from this, so it's better you keep this documentation open as well. So let's get started. So first what you will have to do is you will have to create a folder called rtn my native ad. You can give it any name, but you will have to be consistent with your name, and you can follow the docs for that name consistency, but it's better for now you just follow what I'm doing. Next, you have to create a file called package.json. I've copied everything from the docs, only this name has been changed, this name has been changed, and this has been changed. Everything else remains the same. Next, create a podspec file. Again, I have copy pasted everything from the docs, only this name has been changed. Next, you have to create a JS folder. Inside that you have to create a TypeScript file. Again, I have copy pasted everything from the docs. I have removed the props because I don't need any props. I won't be sending any props from React Native side to the native side. Only this name has been changed. Okay, next you will have to go to the Android folder. Inside that you will have to create a build.gradle file. Again, I have copy pasted everything from the docs. I have added this Kotlin Android because I want to use Kotlin. I have changed the namespace, and I have also added this Kotlin standard lib, and you have to add this implementation of ad services of Google Admob services to your build.gradle. And I also updated this compile SDK version to 34 and the build.gradle to 8.2.0. Next, go to src main. Inside res layout, we'll see this XML file later on, but for now just go to java com rtn my native ad. Inside that you create a package class. Again, I have copy pasted everything from the docs. The only thing change is this name, this package name over here, this name over here. Okay, Next, create a manager class. Again, I have copy pasted everything from docs, only the package name changes. This name changes, this name, this name, this name, this, only the name changes, that's it, because I have given my folder name as my native ad. Okay, then here you can see we are initializing my native ad. So I have gone over here and I have created a class called my native ad, which is extending from frame layout. Again, the package name has been changed. Okay, so up till here everything is fine. Now we will follow the Android documentation. So what does the documentation says is that we have to add this dependency. Now we have added this dependency to our turbo module, but we also need to add this to the main Android folder, because we want to initialize the mobile as ad SDK as soon as our app loads. So I will just copy paste the dependency again, go to Android app build.gradle, and here you can see I have added this dependency again. Also inside this build.gradle, make sure you are at least using Kotlin 1.8.20. okay, next we have to copy this metadata tag, and again I have copy paste instead of this xxxyy you can copy this test id. Later on in the video I will show you how to create production id both for Android and iOS. So go copy that, go to src main android manifest.xml, and here you can see I have copy pasted it. I have also added 2 more metadata tags, so this helps us to optimize our ads, because the Google mobile ads can only be loaded on the main thread, they cannot be loaded on the background thread. So if you see in the documentation over here, optimize initialization and loading, you can copy this metadata tag as well as this meta tag. I have already done that. Okay. Next we have to add, if we are using Kotlin, so we have to initialize our Google mobile ads SDK as well. So go to src java main activity.kt, and here you can see I have overridden this onCreate method and I have initialized our ad. Next we are implementing native ad, so I'll go over here. So first, now we will have to come back to turbo native module again. So we have to create this ad loader. Again, this is a test id, later on replace it with production id. We have to add a listener as well as a native options. Okay, so if you see, if you go to my turbo module again, my native ad, so here you can see I have created a variable for our ad loader. Then inside the init method, I am first initializing our layout params, then assigning it to our frame layout. Then I am calling these 2 methods. Again, these 2 methods are necessary, because otherwise the UI is not displayed properly in React Native. Like, this is a shortcoming of React Native. I didn't have to use this hack for native UI. So I will just show you these 2 methods as well. So these are the 2 methods. If you have followed my camera X tutorial for React Native, I have to use same hack for that as well. Even for banner ads for React Native, I have to use this hack. So yeah, just copy paste this code and just call it inside the init method. Okay, so you can see now I have copy pasted this code from the docs. Ignore this code for now, and I have copied the ad listener as well as the native ad options as well. Okay, and I am building our ad. Next there are, so this is the ad listener we have already copied. Next, there are 2 ways to load the ad. I am using this way. There is this another way as well, but I think it is little complicated. If you use something like this, you might have to add a refreshed listener as well, because even if you add 3 ads, you will only get 1 by the current way which I am doing. But I think you can follow this documentation. I think they have given somewhere. I will show you where exactly is the source code which they have given. But I have followed that source code. It was very difficult, because if you are trying to load 3 ads, especially on Android device, your main thread hangs, so you might get that application not responding error as well. That's why I just keep it simple, just load 1 ad. Okay, so that's what I'm doing over here, but if you are curious, you can use something like this. Okay, so we are done. Next, we have to check whether the ad is still loading or whether the ad has finished loading or not. So here you can see I have added those check, and inside as the ad has loaded. Ignore this for now. Next, we also have to release resources once the activity is destroyed or the turbo module has destroyed. So that's what I have defined over here. Once the activity is destroyed, I am releasing that ad as well. Also, you have to add hardware acceleration. So copy this, and inside you will have to again go to your android manifest.xml, and here you can see I have copy pasted this from the docs, both to your activity as well as to your application class. Next, go to display an ad, and we will be covering small and medium size ads for now. So here you can see I was telling you the source code, right? So you can just click on Kotlin, and if you're curious about how to load multiple ads, you can see the docs. Like I have seen the docs, like they are not showing it the right way, like the main thread hangs. Now here we have to create an XML layout file, which again I have copied it from their source code. So if you remember, we had created inside our turbo modules, I have created this res layout add underscore unified.xml. like I've literally copy pasted this from their docs. I think it's better you keep the ad format same. Like the advantage of native ad is that you can match it with your app's UI, but honestly I will keep it at same because there could be issues in your ad validator. So if you remember, this is the text view which we were showing it at the top right corner. Next is the again, so here the main parent view is our native ad view, so this is important. Okay, inside that I have taken a linear layout. Then instead of linear layout you can take relative layout or constraint layout as well, that's fine. Then we require an image view as well. Then there is this text view for displaying the headline. Then there is this ad advertiser as well, then for displaying our stars. Then this is for our text view for displaying our body, which was not present in our case. Then this is for media view, so in case there is a video we will be showing that. If not, then this media view will just display an image. Then there is this text view as well. This text view again didn't have for price as well as store, but for our test ad we didn't have data for it. And there is this button at the bottom. So if you want, you can pause the video, or you can go to that Kotlin source code if you are curious, and you can find this layout file as well. So depends on you how you want to do it. So I will just slowly scroll through it. You can just pause the video if you are curious. Okay, next if I go to my native ad again, so here sorry, once the ad has finished loading, you can see that I'm inflating our layout. So I'm using the same XML file name. Then I'm calling this populate native ad view method. I'm removing all our views from our frame layout and adding our ad view to our frame layout. Now if you go to our populate native ad view, it has a native ad as well as a native ad view. Now using that native ad view, I'm finding all the items which has been displayed which are present inside our XML file. So I'm getting the ad media, ad headline, ad body, ad call to action. Okay, on all, don't use direct find view by id, it's better to use native ad view dot find view by id. Next I'm assigning it to our media view. Then similarly I'm assigning the media native ad view dot headline to our ad headline, body view to our ad body, call to action to ad call to action, and so on and so forth. Next I'm assigning ad headline dot text equal to native ad dot headline. Next what I'm doing is that I'm if the body is null, then I'm making the body invisible. Similarly for call to action, if the call to action is null, then make it as invisible. Similarly for icon, price, store, star rating, and advertiser as well. And here finally I'm setting our native ad view dot set native ad equal to native ad. So this again is very important. And here I'm setting our media content. Here I'm checking whether that particular ad has a video content or not. If not, then I'm just displaying a toast message. If there is any video content, then I'm just using this on video and callback. There are multiple other callbacks as well. So if you are curious, you can add those callbacks, like override those methods as well. And this is same for setup layout hack as well as manually layouting our children. So if you see the documentation, they have also specified the same thing. So once they have inflated our XML, here you can see they are inflating via code that XML file, and then programmatically doing the same thing, populating the native views. Yeah, and yeah, same thing. So yeah, that's it I think for Android. Now to use it, you can't directly use it. So what you will have to do is you will have to open your terminal, go to the root of your React Native project, and then first run this command. Once you run this, you will have to do cd dot dot. Again, I am copy paste, like I have got this all these commands from the fabric documentation. Then you will have to do cd dot dot. It will move you outside your React Native project, and then you will have to run this command. So this command, but here you will have to replace rnapp with your own project name. So if you see, my project name is rnapp, so replace it with your own project name, and this should be your folder name. Then you will have to cd to android and then run this command as well. Now this will do code generation for android. Now to use it, you can import it something like this, and you can give it a width and height of however you want to. Now for iOS, before running this command for iOS, what you will have to do is you will have to add this Google Mobile Admobs dependency to your project as well. So add this pod to your dependency inside pod file for iOS, and then cd to iOS directory and directly run this command. You can't directly run pod install because that is for the old architecture. For new architecture, we have to completely run this command. So it will do code generation as well as it will install the dependency for Google Mobile Ads SDK as well. Once that is done, so we'll follow the documentation for iOS as well. So we have already added this pod. Next we have to add this -objc. I think for React Native it is already present. So if you want, you can just search it. Go to your project, go to rnapp, inside build settings, search for other linker flags. So I'll just search for other linker flags, and here you can see -objc is already added. But in case if it is not added for you, make sure you add it. Now we have to add this key as well as this string. Again, this is a test id, replace it with production id, and this select third party buyers. So there are a lot of third party buyers if you see, but at least add this one, which first one belongs to Google. So I have only added this one, and make sure you close the array as well. So if you go to my info.p list, here you can see I have added this identifier, as well as inside sk add networks I have only added this, the first one, which belongs to Google. If you are curious of what this belongs to, you can just click on select third party buyers as well. Okay, so that is done. Next step is so here the documentation they have given is in Objective-C, but we are using Objective-C++. So I will be modifying the the source code a little bit to be applicable to Objective-C++. So first what you will have to do is create this header file. Again, I have copy pasted this from docs. Okay, so I have copy pasted this. Ignore this for now, we will come back to this. Copy pasted this from docs, ignore this for now, we will come back to this. Also ignore this, and here I am ending our block. Again, this name has been changed, copied from docs as well, and this has been copied from docs. Next you will have to create a manager class. Make sure it is an Objective-C class, but later on you will have to change the extension to .mm, so it becomes Objective-C++. Again, I have copy pasted this from docs. Only this name has been changed, this has been changed, and this has been changed. Next, again I have created an Objective-C file, but make sure you change the extension to .mm again. And again, this has been copied from docs. Only this names has been changed. Okay, and here again this names has been changed, copied from docs, names has been changed. And here I am initializing our view, and ignore all this stuff for now. You have to write this as well as this. Okay, make sure you write. Again, this has been copied from docs, and you can ignore this for now, and make sure also ignore this. Make sure you add this @end and this as well, and this again I have changed the name to our folder name. Next, inside assets, if you see, I have added the star icons because I want to display the stars, as well as I have added this yellow color. And if you want to check, this is the hex for our color. Now this is used only for displaying stars on our Google Mobile Admob, that's why I have taken this. Okay, next okay, so yeah, that's it. Now we'll copy the documentation. So first, inside app delegate, we have to copy this bit of code. Again, we have to refactor it to suit Objective-C++. Okay, so if you see, the import has been refactored a little, as well as I have added this source code over here as well. inside header file. Okay, inside header file nothing. So this is done. Next we have to select native ads, and inside native ads I will go to Objective-C. So here you can see they are telling us to have this ad loader. Again, this is a test ID, so I have added this ad loader as well. So if you see RTN my native ad, so if you go over here init with frame, I have where did it go, self.add loader, right? Okay, so here you can see I have added this. Also I have created a variable for this, I think inside ad loader. So here I have created a variable for it, ad loader, and here you can see I'm initializing it. So that's how you do it in Objective-C++. Like even in Objective-C you do that, but yeah. So yeah, this is what it is. And I have we require access to our root view controller, so that's how I'm getting an access to our root view controller. Okay, next we have to override whether this methods. Now I'll come back to this later on. And this is how we load an ad, single ad. And if you want to load multiple ads, you can use something like this. So I'm using it something like this, so which you can see over here, and I'm passing that multiple options. Sorry, I'm not passing these options. I am just if you want to pass this multiple options, you can pass it over here, but I have kept it as single ad because loading multiple ads is little more complicated. You have to add a refresh listener as well, but I have given you the code. You just have to add this multiple option, then you will have to add your own logic for refreshing, but this helps us to display at least one ad. Then I have added this delegate as well as I'm added this load request. So if you see over here, we have to add this delegate as well as this load request, and we have to extend all these things. So if you go inside my header file, I am extending all this stuff. Okay, and we also have to override all these methods, so I will show you. So we just override all these methods. So if you go down over here, you can override all this method, and if you want to handle it like whether the ad was dismissed, whether the ad was clicked, you can write your own logic for this as well. So just copy this, all this stuff as well as this. Okay, next so we are already done with this. Now to displaying the ad, we are again displaying small and medium size ads. So now if you see the source code for this, like they have given a source code, but it is completely out of date. That's why I will show you my source code. Next what I have done is that I have similarly like how we had done it for Android, we require those kind of views for iOS as well. So I have created an ad view, ad label, icon image view, headline label, advertiser label, ratings image view, GAD media view, install button, store level price. If you are curious how to do it in Swift, I have already shown you the Stack Overflow post, or you can watch my Flutter video about it. That will help you for Swift part as well. Next over here you can see that I am initializing our views. So if you go over here, I am calling this setup constraints. Okay, and if you see this method over here, I am initializing our ad view, our ad label, icon image view, headline label. You can pause the video if you want to. This is the advertiser label, ratings image view, then body label, then this GAD media view, install button, store label, price label as well. And then I'm adding the ad view to our main view. Then all these labels as well as buttons are added to our ad view. This is very important. Okay, so don't add these things inside the main view, you have to add this inside the ad view. So the ad view has to be the parent. Then I have added some NS layout constraints, so which you can again copy paste. The advantage again for native view is to display the UI according to your convenience, but it's better that you follow what I have given, because that could be ad validator issues as well. So yeah, this one and this one. So yeah, and once the ad has been loaded, so I'm calling so I'm just assigning this delegate, and depending on whether there are data or not, I'm just displaying the image. If there is image view data, display the image view. Similarly for headline, similarly for media content, for body, whether this has a video or not, advertiser, similarly for install button, store. Okay, and you don't have to add interaction to that install button. Okay, and this is the logic for displaying these stars on your image view. So yeah, I think that's it for iOS as well. Let me check. So yeah, that's it for iOS as well. So yeah, that's how you display it. Thank you for watching. Bye. Production ad units. So all you have to do is just go to your apps. If you don't have an app, just click on add app. Android, I don't have my app published on Play Store. I'll just click on continue. I'll give it some name, maybe second app. Okay, I will add app. Then I'll click on done. Then I'll just click on add unit, select native ad advanced, give some name, I don't know, first native, I guess. Give name which makes sense to you, and just click on create ad unit, and here you will get your ad units. Now if you want to later on link your native ad like native Android app to the Play Store, so once you deploy it to Play Store, you can, I think, go to app settings as well, and here you can add those app store details if you want to. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye. Create the production ad units for iOS. Just go to apps, just click add app, and here you can add your app. So iOS, I have not deployed it to Play Store. I'll click on no, click continue, give your name iOS native ad, something like that. Click add app, and here you can click on done, and then you can just click on click add unit, and here we are displaying native ad. So yeah, native advanced, and here you can give any name. So I'll just give some random name. Click on add unit. So here you can just copy paste this inside your source code as well. And for linking your app, once you have deployed it to App Store, you can just go to app settings, and here you can click on the add button and add your app via the URL. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching.